Oh, hi. I didn't know I had company. Hi, everyone. Okay, so it's been a long month if you are going to relate it to payday, because literally I don't get paid till next week on the 31st, and girl, I am broke. But yes, it's been a month since Christmas Day, and kind of want to just recap on exactly how I feel about the situation and what is going to be my 2018.
Oh, what is he whinging about now?
So you probably have seen the video before, the homophobia at Christmas. I've taken that and ran with it. I have literally processed it now. I feel like there's a lot more people in worse situations, but if I can have a voice and I'm able to spread it as well as talk about it to others, then I would like to get it out there in the open. So yes, I'm sad about the situation still. Of course I'm going to be sad. I'm not a robot. But with this, it kind of makes me feel stronger, and it's kind of like educated me a lot more into learning more about my LGBTQ past, and I've been watching countless films recently, even though they don't really do they always kind of make me upset because it's all about longing and family and unity and love. And with a lot of the films I've seen, most kids actually do get thrown out when they're younger. They have to fend for themselves. There's such situations where they've had to sell their body, and yeah, it's just kind of a really dark path. And I don't really understand why mums and dads actually don't take a step back and really understand what's going to happen when you do throw away your relationship with your child because of their sexuality. It's just one of those things where really it just baffles me, because yes, I'm 30 and it probably doesn't hurt as much as it would have done if I was 15, because I was welcomed by my mom for being gay, and my grandparents, but the ripple effect, probably at that age, I probably wouldn't be here. So you have to really take that into account and kind of appreciate exactly the situation I'm in now. So I had a conversation with my grandma a few days ago where I was just saying, like, when my foot's better, because obviously it's still broken, I will come up north and I will arrange to meet my grandma and my... No. I was going to say sisters there, but no. I'm going to arrange to come and see my grandma and my cousin, Siobhan, Blaine, their kids, baby Theo, and of course my boyfriend. But yeah, and then with that conversation, I wasn't really prepared for it, because I was kind of like, yeah, this and that, my leg's doing better, well, my foot's doing better, hope you're doing well, grandma, because she told me that she was feeling quite low at the time, so obviously reverted right back to my grandma, because I don't really want to whinge and moan about my issues, because in the end, I don't really have any issues, so maybe just the voices in my head. So yeah, speaking to my grandma, and she did mention on the phone that if I was to come back, do not expect to be welcomed with open arms from the 3 people from that side. So that would count of my mum and my sisters. I was quite taken aback actually by it, because I was kind of like, all right, so there has been thought into it, and I just kind of took on board. Like, my grandma was fine with me. She said she loves me regardless. She didn't actually appreciate the fact that I put something on social media on Christmas Day. To be fair, the comment I put on Facebook was just literally isolation, misery and homophobia at Christmas. I can't believe I've come all the way up north to see my family, and then amounting to me being alone on Christmas Day. So yeah, you all know the story, recap, blah blah. But then she was like, maybe just have some, maybe keep that private. And I was like, well, I'll fight my corner here, but I can't be too brash with my grandma. Like, I don't want to like have it out with her, because it's nothing to do with her. She's just relaying an opinion or what she feels about the situation. So I was just like, oh well, I've done it for 30 years now. I've kind of like just let it go, let it slide, and it kind of, no, I don't really think it needs to, because some people don't make it out alive in these situations. So I really think that people need to stand up with their voice. You don't have to do it in a negative way. You don't have to do it in a vicious way. Just stand up for what you believe in, and it should work out well. In this case, it's come to the conclusion that my sisters and my mum just don't want anything to do with me and have removed me from my family. So yeah, that was hard to take. And obviously I told my friends this and needed a little bit of backup because that day was dark. Yeah. Couldn't really see any shining light through those clouds that day, but they do. They always do. There's always sunshine behind the clouds, so make sure you always know that, because even though it did hurt and it felt like a billion knives were being thrown in my direction right at my heart, it will and always does get better. So with this in mind, I'm going to just literally have that book, close it, put it on the shelf and let it gather dust, because I'm kind of done kind of thinking how I think they feel, and in the end stop expecting it to look like what it should look like, because my expectations are too high. Some friends have disclosed that to me, even not really classed as a friend actually said that to me. They said that I are expecting too much of people, and yeah, I think it's actually a trait that I've always done. Friends, boyfriends, family, and now it's just obviously last year brewed over for a good year of me not wanting to like disappoint them coming up north to do family events, but then when it wasn't returned it was like, well, you're expecting too much, Kyle. So yeah, I will revisit that book whenever it needs to, but the book will always be there, so I live in hope. But my life can't stop, and I can't slip down into depression about it. I can't second guess myself. I just have to know that they'll be fine, I'll be fine, and we are all different people in the end. So yeah, I wish them all the luck, all the love, all the best. But time to stop worrying about what my family are doing, thinking, everything. So yeah. Moving on from that though, because that's getting a little bit too depressing now, because I've mentioned it in about 3 videos now. I need to move on, get over it. So yeah, as you can tell, I look about 12. Yeah, I decided that I would shave my beard off because it's one of those things. I'm doing like kind of fearless year. Me and Benita were supposed to be doing it. So we're doing dry January, which fails on the 20th. But we'll still say we did it. I'm still dry sense of humour. I was dry enough to think that I could actually complete that, but I will. But yeah, so I opted to shave my beard off because that's one thing I'm fearful for, because it's just it just reshapes my face and makes me completely out of my comfort zone. I should do it again though, because I only would do this because I'm homebound, like home all the time because of my foot. So yeah, maybe if I do it if I went to work, because literally I have so many insecurities about it. This makes me, I don't feel like I'm good enough, I don't feel like I'm attractive with it at all, but I don't know, it seems a bit like kind of vain that, but I just wanted to try it, and I do look so completely different. But other things we're going to be doing, we're going to do like a run, we're going to do a hike, we're going to do bungee jumping, we're going to do skydiving, we're going to get a new tattoo, we're going to go out and drag. There's loads of things this year, it's going to be so exciting. I'm going to do a new hobby, and I want to do rowing because it'll do my athletics side of myself, rather than just doing slip drops to the clubs. Can't get the abs that way. But yeah, with the gym, and if I potentially get into the rowing really well, then who knows. But yeah, it's a new hobby and I'd like to do that, so that's on my checklist. Another thing that's kind of really echoed in this last month since Christmas is like my friendships. Excuse me, my friendships are so important to me, and literally I've been so blown away by like Benito, Paul, Lewis, Dan, James, Mark, Samuel, and of course my boyfriend. They've all been there for me. They've all come round. I've been round to theirs, hobbling along into a taxi. But they've stepped up, and I'm literally in awe of how great my friends are. So love to you all. You are actual superstars in my life, and you've made this whole situation with my family bearable. You are the light behind the clouds, but with you guys there's no clouds because it's always pride. But no, I love you all, and thanks for being such great friends. I really do appreciate it. I do love you all so much, maybe some more than others. If you're ever wanting to watch any particular films, I mean there's loads of LGBT films that are out there, so obviously just take your pick. Netflix is great as well. Like I did Holding the Man, which is like heart-wrenching. Particular films that you want to watch for LGBT, I watched Pride, which came out in 2014. It's about the LGBT and the minors, helping them out. Have a really good look at that. I mean, I was an emotional wreck at the end of that. Asked my friend Paul, I was literally like in tears. and it's all about family, unity, but also not family that usually is your family. Family are the friends that you've chosen. So yeah, take a look at that. And there's also Stonewall, which came out in 2015, and that's a brilliant film. Not really, it doesn't really focus on how Stonewall became Stonewall. It's just one guy's journey to Christopher Street, and he was there when it all happened. It's a great film, do not get me wrong. Some of it's like, I've read more into it and it's completely different from what that film is. But yeah, if you want to have a look, and it's good, it's really good. Another thing that makes you think that you ran away from family again, so yeah. We all go through our issues as LGBT community, but yeah, check them out. As I woke up today, when I was like blasting out Share, a different kind of love song, because that's one of my favourite songs of hers, gay much, and yeah, but the song has like, it's related to someone from the past, and when I checked my Gmail, it's so surreal. I checked my Gmail and there was an email from that person. I wasn't thinking about the person at the time, but then the song and the email like went into each other, and I was like, that's so crazy. So I had a little bit of hesitation whilst I looked at the subject header. Obviously it did just start with just a little message. It's quite a long message, but it's very positive. It touches on very, like, you know, like heart-evoking memories, and yeah, I actually just don't know what to do with it. So I'm gonna have a rethink, reread. Like I said, it's nothing negative, but what would you guys do if someone from, I don't know, how long ago now was it? Probably high school, so end of high school. So I would have been like, what, 16, 17? So yeah, that's good, like 15, yeah, 16, 17 years ago. I don't know, because it was college as well. So I'm gonna say 11 years, yeah, so 11 years, and not really spoken to the person, but they've reached out, and yeah, what would you do? Depends on but then does it really depend on the history? Because the history is so long ago, you don't actually know when you've fallen out with these people, or if you've not even fallen out at all, you've just literally lost touch. So yeah, one to think about. I'll fill you in with that. So it's the usual, guys. If you like the video, click like, and if you want to subscribe, just click the subscribe button down there, okay? Feel free to comment down below as well in the comment section, and yeah, remember to stay proud and always love yourself, okay? Mwah. Love you all.